Namaskar, friends. With yet another episode of Through Literary Lens, we are back. I'm Rajesh Asudani Raqib.
Hello, friends. This is Dr. Vinod Asudani once again with you.
And today, Vinodji, we have a play with us.
Oh, that is really interesting, Rajeshji.
Yeah.
You bring different genres of literature for discussion, and today we are going to look at a very interesting play. And friends, take it from me that this is a play with a difference. It touches upon a very interesting theme, the theme of middle age crisis, Rajeshji.
Yeah, middle age crisis, as I'm fond of calling impotent rage of middle age or important rage of middle age.
Even a very famous psychologist, Carl Jung, calls it the age of afternoon or the psychology of afternoon.
Yeah, when one reaches 45, between 45 and 54, one is keenly aware of impending death, the shortness of life, as well as one reassesses the whole life.
Yeah, it is the time of mid review.
Yeah,
Right? Person takes a review of what has gone before, whether he has got any contentment or not in life, and then he looks forward to remaining life so that he can put all the strings together.
but Vinodji, spectators are wondering still what we are talking about, which
Oh,
play, which author.
yes. So can you guess, right, which play we are talking about? So this is a play by an Oriya author.
Jagannath Prasad Das.
Right. He was a civil servant, right?
He was an
worked as a-
IAS officer. He resigned from IAS and continued his writing career. Many of us have not heard him yet, truly, but he is a marvelous author indeed.
And friends, this play deserves a place in world literature, right? This is the play which is translated into many languages, including Hindi and English. And English, we call it Before the Sunset.
Before Sunset. And in Hindi, it was staged in 1976 in Delhi. Om Puri performed the main role. It was titled Deshantar, but it is available with the name of Suryast on YouTube.
Right, the protagonist of play Dipankar is celebrating his 40th birthday, and he has invited his boss Sanjay, right?
And he has also invited his former friend, we can call Saroj, and his wife Sheila is, of course, with him.
So there are only four people, right? And this play is interaction, dialogue, conversation between these four characters. Dipankar,
And this birthday party is not like any other birthday party.
right?
Many of us have celebrated our 40th birthday party. Even I have done, Vinodji.
Oh yes, right. But Dipankar is passing through inner trauma, right? Inner dilemma, or he is confronted with real questions of life. When he looks at his life, although outwardly he has got everything, he's
He's a private job in a company, maybe a sales company or something, marketing job.
but he draws a handsome salary that is clear from his lifestyle that
He is
lives,
married with a kid who is studying in boarding school.
right? But in spite of that, there is some vacuity. There is some, something is missing in his life, and he is keenly aware of it. And then when he tries to introspect and retrospect, he believes that life has snatched so many things from him. He should have been the first person, the topmost person in the company, where he is second in the command.
And then his family life also, he rews about it. Okay, 17 years of marriage, but the distance between him and his wife Sheila, he says it is not like the distance of a river where the child will act as a bridge and,
Right.
they fill it.
Outwardly, that couple seems to be quite happy and
Yeah.
contented, as many of the people are, right?
Yeah.
Many of the couples are,
Yeah.
right? They have their jobs, they have the money, they have the kids to bring up, and they are on the talking terms. But those intimate moments, those tender moments, those connections of the soul, somehow they are missing.
Even
And
the conversation, genuine conversation is lacking. She tries to go to the hostel where she is working. He says, why you must go this very day? At least one day you can stay back for me.
and she is also accustomed to the club life. She goes to
Club life.
club and enjoys the parties and this and that.
Whereas he is not fond of that.
Right, and another character, Saroj, she is his college day sweetheart,
Hmm.
and they remember those wonderful moments when they both were at college, Dipankar and Saroj. But for some reasons,
And
those
they say
reasons-
everything was all right then.
Right.
Enthusiasm was there, the hope was there, we could do something in life. That was there.
and why they did not get married? that is not stated
That
in
is
the
not
play.
spelled out. Yeah.
Perhaps some social constraints, perhaps some things that they could not handle at that time. And at one place, Saroj says that he was a coward, right? He
Yeah.
did not have the courage. Perhaps Dipankar must have backed out,
Possibly.
possibly because of the pressures of the family or because of some other reasons. But that is the thing, that he could not tie a nuptial knot with Saroj. And after 20 years, when she comes, still we feel that Dipankar has a very tender approach, tender feeling towards her, but he believes that now it is too late to do something.
And when they reminisce about their past of 20 years ago, one gets a feeling of, I would quote Sudarshan Fakir, a very beautiful nazm is there. उस मोड़ से शुरू करें फिर से ये जिंदगी
Mhm.
हर शय जहां हसीन थी हम तुम थे अजनबी.
बिल्कुल.
तो
और ये अक्यूज करने लगता है संजय को, जो उसका बॉस है, ही इज अ फर्स्ट पर्सन, ही इज अ सेकंड, एंड सरोज को कि शायद शी डिड नॉट रिस्पॉन्ड, और समहाउ शी इज आल्सो रिस्पांसिबल फॉर हिज प्लाइट at the present time.
all three of them, he accuses all three of them, and he holds a mock trial, not a mock trial. For him it's a real trial, for them it's a mock
Mock trial.
trial. But it reminds us of King Lear.
Exactly,
who-
in the state of madness, when
Yeah.
King Lear is deceived by his two elder daughters,
Daughters.
Regan and Goneril, he holds a trial, and he frames charges against them of deceiving their old father and putting their old father to trouble. So we are reminded of this. So
And
Rajesh ji,
yeah.
basically, not the justice, the kind of justice we
Yeah.
find in the courts
Courts
of
of
law,
law. Yeah.
but this refers to a different kind of justice.
Yes.
When person, at the time of his afternoon of his life, when he looks at his life and finds that what he deserves he has not got, and especially some people are responsible, not directly, as if even Sanjay is not directly responsible, Saroj is not directly responsible for the unhappiness and the discontentment that Dipankar goes through, but somehow they are responsible, because after all, life is for what? Life is there to have happiness. Life is there for the contentment.
Yeah, and I believe, this mid-age discontent, this mid-age review of life, or it is fondly called crisis of middle age.
Yes.
It is worse than the teenage crisis, they say, because the middle-aged person reviews the whole life, and whatever little is left, he tries to set it in order. Now, this thing operates on all the three levels in this particular play. Personal level, he is stifled by his office life. He feels that he has been cheated out of his talents, his passions by the stultifying routine of his office life. Personally, he cannot relate very much to his wife. And even Saroj, who used to be his past flame, now she is totally indifferent to him, even though she reminisces with him, but she is not on the same wavelength, on the same page with him.
Exactly.
And she's not at all ready to rekindle
Yes.
that passion.
Perhaps this Dipankar,
Yeah.
perhaps he wants that Saroj should respond to him in a softer way, in
Yes.
a tender way,
Possibly.
though for a short time, but perhaps that would have cured him of
Yeah.
of this
Yeah.
mental agony or a mental anguish. I should call it.
Even though it's not also a panacea, he says, even though you were my wife, he tells Saroj that even if I was married to you, still the married life will be the same. So this brings us to the systemic question. These systems of domestic life.
It is not a
family
question
life,
of getting right and wrong person.
a person.
It is the challenge of negotiating life together with
Yeah.
whomever you are.
Whomever you are.
And when you are negotiating something, some problems are bound to be there. Only the quality of the problems would differ.
And how you can keep the flame of passion, burning, even with the problems, the confrontations, the conflicts between you. That is a real challenge, a systemic challenge. Again, the system of bureaucracy, system of jobs, it also stultifies. So systemic level also robs a person of his own authenticity and individuality.
And interestingly enough, the anguish and agony, the pain that Dipankar goes through is not understood by any of the other three characters.
That is the major issue, Ji, I feel. If anguish is there, problems are there, anger is there, frustration is there, but if it is well understood and empathized by our near and dear ones, I think we can sail through it.
So far as Saroj is concerned, she is a fatalistic.
Yeah.
She has reconciled to her lot, and when asked, she says, "Yes, I love my husband." Perhaps this also pricks Dipankar to some extent, and Sanjay is incapable of realizing that he also has contributed to the anguish of Dipankar. He believes that he has been very fair. He brings also the letter of
Increment.
increment and believes that he has done his job properly. And Sheila, she is a traditional wife. Perhaps she is a traditional wife. She has a job and she has brought up a son who is studying in some boarding school. And there is a hint that she is going steady with Sanjay.
Maybe Sanjay and Sheila have found a way out of the existential mid-age crisis by empathizing with one another emotionally. We are not told. We are not told.
But
Just
hints
it's a,
are,
hints are there.
yeah, hints are very much there because when Sanjay leaves at the end of the play,
And
Sheila,
maybe this person, or Dipankar, is trying to do the same with Saroj, possibly at a very surfacial level.
exactly. But one thing, Rajeshi, we need
Yeah.
to understand.
Yeah.
Sanjay and Sheila, they exist at worldly level.
Yes.
Their happiness, their unhappiness arises out of the situational factors, out of the material situations, the things that we can see around us, tangible things. I would like to call it. Their world is a tangible, whereas
Yeah.
Dipankar's world is intangible.
And they are not tortured by the intangible, I would say.
He's tortured
By the
intangible, by
intangibles.
the emotions, by the memories, by the passions, by the dreams, by the desires. So he dwells in altogether different world, which is not shared by Sanjay or Sheila. To top it all, even Saroj is incapable of entering
Yeah.
into the world of Dipankar that he believes real.
This
So
is concretized when at the end, when Sanjay leaves and Sheila goes to bid him goodbye, Saroj is left alone with Dipankar.
one
But
of the possibilities could have been
yeah,
that as they were thrown alone, right, by the situation, Saroj could have responded with tenderness to Dipankar that would have provided
at least a
some cure,
temporary succor at least.
at least some
Some support.
support to the shattered soul of Dipankar.
But she has not realized it. She gathers her belongings and leaves.
Right. She appears to be a slave to the social and cultural order. Once upon a time, when she was at college, she must have been in love with him. That she also confesses because she is here to attend this party at the invitation of Dipankar. But she does not show any other sign of rekindling those emotions that she had experienced once.
And before the trial commences, Vinodji, there's an
Yeah.
interesting piece of conversation. Dipankar goes out, he gives them 10 minutes, and he then afterwards returns drunk and then
Yes.
holds the trial.
Yeah.
But in between, they all converse with each other, except Saroj does not actively take part. Maybe Sheila and Sanjay say, what will he do? Let us play a game of guessing. What will it? All sorts of possibility. Because, I mean, in a way, they have found that he is in the midlife crisis. Now let us think.
And another
Yeah.
interesting thing is that we all are victims of
Yeah.
that we believe that other person is abnormal,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
me.
not we. And they fantasize about his becoming a monk, renunciation, or his committing suicide. And then it goes too far, and Saroj intervenes that now you are being too melodramatic, and she stops to it and says something. Do you imagine something happy? Why can't you imagine something happy?
No, this is really ironical
Yeah.
that they even fail to realize that whatever situation Sanjay is experiencing,
Yeah.
they also have contributed to it. Even this
Far from
realization is done.
far from being empathetic to that situation and being awed by it, they make a light of it. I mean, they make merry of it in a way.
And in fact, although the tone of the satire is not explicit, but if we try to understand the play at the deeper level,
Yeah.
that is really the irony of each one of us.
Yes.
Those who are our friends, those who are our lovers, those who are our life partners, they even cannot enter into the world of our imagination and emotion.
Yeah, that is the problem. And mockingly, they hold up the book that life after death he is interested in reading. But they fail to understand this very life. Sanjay, Dipankar is tortured by this very life and its imponderables, but which they fail utterly to understand. Saroj, maybe hope arises when she tells them not to discuss all these possibilities and wait for Dipankar to return. But then she also fails to properly empathize.
Rajesh ji, here I would like to draw your attention
Yeah.
to the fact that the playwright has conceptualized this play
Mm.
not as a piece of existential writing,
Yes.
although we are simply tempted to believe so,
Mm.
that Dipankar has found that life is meaningless,
Mm.
life is disgusting,
Mm.
and one gets disgusted with the daily routine and monotony.
Mm.
Because Jean-Paul Sartre and many others, they believe that life is endless tale of meaninglessness.
Mm.
But it is not like that. Had it been so, Dipankar would have simply accepted this agony without expressing it.
Yeah.
But he's trying to set the house right. He's trying to impose an order upon the chaotic situation in which he finds himself. So this shows that this our writer he has a different attitude towards life. Life may be meaningless, but it is our solemn responsibility to create a meaning, although it
Yes.
may be situational,
Yeah. Yeah.
although it may be temporary. But if meaning is not there, then life does not become worth living. So this I will term it
Yeah.
Oriental
Oriental
existentialism.
existentialism.
So especially those who understand literature, I
Yeah.
appeal them that they should think over this, that Oriental approach to existentialism is definitely different from what has been articulated by the Western existential writers. So
Yes.
we know that the life in its long run is meaningless, but meaning has to be created. As Sanjay creates a meaning in club life,
Yeah.
and Sheila creates meaning in her job and possible affair, failed affair with Sanjay, and Saroj creates a meaning by getting reconciled to her married life, to her daily routine. But
And
Dipankar
Dipankar is,
fails to create that
because
meaning.
he cannot carve a meaning out of all these things.
Perhaps his vision of life, perhaps his concept of life is different from them, higher than them. And the two things, Rajaji, I
Ji.
believe that
Ji.
he misses in life, right?
Yeah.
He was interested in poetry,
Poetry.
he
Yeah.
wanted
In
to
the
write
college days.
poems,
Yes.
but he's so preoccupied with the
Mundane. This routine of
life
life.
that he has distanced himself from poetry. Poetry is no longer there in his
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
And perhaps if he would have got love of Saroj, perhaps his life would not have fallen apart. So two things, love,
Love
and
and art.
they perhaps can provide,
Hold the life
hold the
together
life
for
together.
imaginative persons like Dipankar.
Right? Especially those who are intellectual, who are artistic, who have the higher power of imagination. They look for this twin goal of love and art. So to this thing as well, writer is hinting at.
I would summarize this way, Vinodji, the difference between the typical existentialism and what you have termed Oriental existentialism
Existentialism.
right now. Primarily, the difference between these two types of existentialism is that Westerners are contented to depict the meaninglessness of life, that life has no inherent meaning. They talk of creating the meaning, but in our existential literature of West, we do not find the activeness to create the meaning. Here, in our literature, Indian literature, which is existential in nature, we find that the protagonists they experience the meaninglessness of life, and then they try to forge the meaning out of either situationally or some, like you have said, artistically or through love. Maybe they fail, that is another matter, but one should at least try to carve out a meaning from all these things. Normal routine people find meanings in routine things, but people, imaginative people like Dipankar in this play, they try to find out a meaning in love and art, which in this case he has miserably failed to do. But that struggle, an ultimate struggle of even holding a mock trial.
Yeah, even some of the Westerners, like in one of the
Yeah.
books, right?
Yeah.
In Man's Search for Meaning.
Meaning,
Right, by,
it's a true
account
of his
gas
stay in the gas chambers, concentration camps. Viktor Frank, he
So-
also tries to find out a meaning, which he succeeds also.
Yes, so meaning has to be found at any cost. So Dipankar is grappling with this problem of discovering meaning. Perhaps it is not entirely given to one person to find a meaning. I believe that one third of the totality of the meaning can be created by the person himself.
Yeah.
One third is contributed by socio-cultural factors,
Socio-cultural.
and one third is matter of chance. You can call it luck, you can call it fate, or you can call it anything you
That is
want.
my third dimension, cosmic. I was
Yeah.
talking of personal and systemic dimensions I talked about. Cosmically, we are reminded of rubaiyats of Umar Khayyam. The moving finger writes, and having written, it moves on. He said on the blackboard, it is perhaps written that Dipankar will be like this and he will do this, and at 40 he stops at that. He says, even if I would have been married to anybody, including Saroj, the same life would have been there. So perhaps the cosmic factors are also responsible in some way, we don't know, to
So
make our lives
despite
what they are.
despite our will,
Yeah,
despite our determination, despite our desire, we cannot escape. We cannot escape from this terrible aspect of
right.
life that we have to be slave to the routine, to
Yeah,
monotony, to the relationship patterns, which whether we like it or not, continue to be there around us.
yeah. And why is it that some people are not bothered? They are okay with their life, if not happy, but some people are tortured inwardly.
Yeah, in book I Am Okay, You Are Okay
Okay.
by Thomas Harris,
Yeah.
he says that there are only two categories of people in this world.
Hmm.
One, those who are not troubled,
Yeah.
and those who are troubled.
Troubled.
So Dipankar falls in the category of troubled people. They
Yeah.
are internally troubled.
As Sanjay tells Sheila also at the time of going, only problem with Sanjay is that he's a little more imaginative.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
they fail to
yeah,
take the
the
real
real
cause of his
yes.
trouble. They fail to even recognize that his trouble is of emotional, intellectual, and imaginative level. So that is a really wonderful discussion,
Ji.
Rajesh ji.
Ji.
And we would recommend
Yeah.
this play to the readers and the viewers that they
Must.
must watch this play,
Yeah.
because after going through this play, you are not the same persons
And
again.
definitely, I believe writers like Jagannath Prasad Das, they deserve much more recognition than has been. And he had declined even the Sahitya Akademi Award in 1990, just to tell you a trivia.
And Rajesh, this is not the right time to talk about it, but after Ravindranath Tagore, nobody has been found fit to
Yeah.
get Nobel Prize in Literature. This is something that really,
Troubles.
surprises us, troubles us.
Yes.
There are wonderful writers in the regional languages,
Definitely.
and one of the purposes of this Through Literary Lens is that we want to bring those wonderful pieces of literature to the world audience. So this is my appeal to all of you to give your suggestions, comments in the chat box, and tell us how do you like all these things. So before we conclude this,
Yeah.
we'll tell you that please subscribe to this
Subscribe.
channel so that we can talk to you in the long run.
Yes.
So thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.